everybody? We're here on the HSL Garage Talk podcast as well as the YouTube channel. And I'm here, Cole Boquin, as myself with my co-host Dylan Elkins and Luke Evans. And we're going to talk to you a little bit about what's going on with the league and what's to look for and what to be excited about in the upcoming few weeks. So we'll go ahead and get started. So today we're going to go over kind of some announcements, talk a little bit about preseason, what happened, free agency, schedule analysis, and some upcoming merch that's going to be coming out for y'all. So first, we're going to start out with announcements and rule changes. So one big rule change we want to talk about is the fact that we're going to change games to 4 8-minute quarters. We did that in our last preseason game. We kind of tested out different formats, and we felt that worked out well, and I can let them talk about that a little bit.
So we had our first game of preseason last week, and we were going to do 2 20-minute running clock halves with the clock stopping on free throws and timeouts. And the teams were gassed by halftime. We cut the second half. I think it was like a 15-minute running clock, no stoppages. And it was still long. So I think, and then we kind of made that decision to go forward for the 8-minute running clock quarters.
Yeah, I think the quarters are really going to help the players recover. Sponsored by Gatorade, actually. But I was in that game, the 8-minute quarters, and it was nice to have the stopping the clock, get a little break, a little breather, talk to the team, strategize. It's gonna be great.
It also, so obviously we're all on the same team, but I did the broadcast for all the first week because my ankle was messed up. And from a pure just like production standpoint as well, I think it made it easier. And let us know what you guys think. But it also kind of felt like we were kind of getting a little bit more in depth into the game. We did it XFL style where we had interviews during the game. So whether it was good or bad, Cole was about to blow a gasket over here because he was like 1 for 7. So I think it definitely made for some better entertainment too from a production standpoint.
Yeah. So in the future broadcasts, we're going to move to YouTube. I know we were using this Meredix software that I was using to help broadcast games, but we think that using YouTube will make it a lot easier, and once we're done, we'll just post them right up to YouTube and have a whole channel which has the podcast and videos and also has the games that everybody plays in. And one last thing before we move on, I just want to go over a few of the rules because I know a lot of y'all probably haven't read them. So like they said, we're going to have 4 8-minute quarters. We're planning to all play 12 regular season games. Now that's if Corona doesn't continue to screw something up.
Well, it's fine.
After that, we're going to host a selection show. We'll probably host that on this episode or another episode of this show. Basically, it's going to work just like college basketball, and then we're going to decide who the best 12 teams are out of the 22, and that's going to be unbiased, everything based on stats and strength of schedule. So even if our team's not going to make it, we're
still going to be number 1. Just kidding.
You'll still see us here though. So okay too.
Equipment-wise, make sure your team's wearing the same jersey color. Just wear the same color T-shirt, whatever. Or similar, white and gray, that's fine.
Or bring it back up too, because if both teams are wearing white, it's a little awkward.
Yeah, or I know for our first game, one of the players from the opposing team texted me and said, what color are y'all wearing? So y'all can text before and figure it out, because I know a lot of y'all know each other. Each player has to have a minimum of 4 players and a maximum of 6 players. So I think we have that all straightened out right now, but just make sure you're not. And also, I don't know if you guys know this, but last Friday, free agency ended, so do not go and pick people up. You can only pick up people who are on the free agency list, which we're going to talk about later. That's pretty much it, rules-wise. Fouls, you can only get 4 fouls when you foul out. And we're going to have referees tighten up a little bit because we had a lot of little hacking and stuff like that. So we're gonna try and tighten that up once the regular season starts. And that's pretty much it. If you need to see the schedule, week 1 schedule is out, so go and check that out. It's on the website. But that's pretty much it for announcements.
Preseason recap. Had an exciting 3 games on our preseason day. First game of the day, we saw Retro 5 just hand it to G Squad. G Squad was holding on for a lot of it. They made some spurts there, like Keyshawn Brown, but I think Awesome Manly's hot hand really put him over.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I think, G Squad, we were watching that game, and they made a couple runs where even in the second half, it looked like they were going to be able to come back. But I don't know where we had Retro 5 when the rankings came out before all of you got really soft and started complaining about it. But anyways, Retro 5, I really don't know where they were at, and to be quite honest with you, I don't think they were very high.
Yeah, I think they were middle of the pack,
But
12, 13.
I mean, they obviously G Squad struggled a little bit. They didn't have quite the chemistry that Retro 5 had. But I mean, between the athleticism and ability that they had to be able to shoot the ball, get rebounds, play defense, and like push the pace, they really controlled the tempo. So I mean, that was the game that we had that was really long. And I mean, they were at the beginning. They got out and ran, and then they slowed it down, and then at the end they made that final push to really get over the hump. And honestly, I think it was because they were trying to get to 100.
And neither team had subs, so they were running 2 long halves the whole time. But I think G Squad's gonna be a pretty good team. I mean, they have an Olympic trial athlete in Omar McBride, and then Keyshawn Brown was the 3rd leading scorer on the day with 35. So I mean, they're a pretty good team. I think just Retro 5 is going to be really strong. And I think when we do come out with the next team rankings, which hopefully we can actually do without people getting upset, I think they're going to be easily top 10, maybe top 5, based on how other teams show.
And then the next game of the day was Team TTP versus Y equals MX plus B. I think this game was a shock to many, how tight it was the whole game. It got a little chippy there in the middle of the game. We saw Meyer and who else dominated that game?
Taylor Nelson and Wall. Yeah. And
so we saw them 3 really dominate. TTP ended up edging out 53-44, 9-point win. But Y equals MX plus B, they were electric. They came out firing, raw intensity that TTP I didn't have.
I mean, I'll be honest, I think Connor Myers he really came out. He didn't start, he was on the bench, he came off the bench for them. And I mean, he kind of provided a defensive spark.
I think he's the X factor.
I mean,
and then he also, I mean, you saw like just when he was in, and he applied pressure at times and really made an effort to get in there and get nasty on defense.
I mean, he definitely showed the most hustle out of everyone during the day. And I think we're going to talk about this in a little while, but award candidates, I mean, I think Connor Myers has got to be in there for 6th man of the year. And it might not show stats-wise, but I mean
he only had 2 points. Yeah. But I mean, we're only keeping points right now for week 1 on stats.
Yeah.
And I mean, he only had 2 points. But if you were, watching the game or you were there with us, you saw the impact he made. Because when he came out, I mean, every time he came out,
he stopped fast break points a lot.
Yeah, because every time he came out, TTP would go on a run. He'd come back in, and then he played smart.
Yeah.
That's the same RC we saw last year with Peak City basketball, and then between this year, where he's like last year he was trying to push it, he was dribbling a lot. This year, like he really found his role with that team.
Yeah.
So I think Y equals MX plus B is going to be a team that's going to be really well with Taylor leading the point there, and then obviously some really good role players around him.
But let's get into the spicy action from that game. Cole, as you talk about it, you were right there. You were roughing that game. What went down on the free throw line there?
So we lined up for some free throws. I honestly don't really remember how I got started. I just remember being down there and something was said and it got a little frustration between Ramin Harris and Taylor Nelson, and they kind of went into a chatty battle down there. And for a while, it was a good at least 30 seconds. They were down there talking. And we were all just sitting
like, you're trash. You can't make baskets.
Yeah, which I mean, that's what we're looking for. We want aggression and stuff like that in the league.
We want that grit.
But
we're not going to call technicals for that.
Yeah, I mean, now if you go out there and throw a punch, it's a little different. But for what happened in that game, there definitely no tech was deserved. So, I mean, I like it. I think keep bringing it. I want to point out to Taylor. I mean, I think it was I mean, he wasn't wrong. Ramin for a while was what, 0 for 12?
He was 1 for 13 on the day. So I mean, like,
that's not a hit at Ramin. I mean, that's just
He was a little unlucky in my opinion. Some of his layups just didn't roll with those double rims, but
yeah.
I mean, I'll be quite honest. Like, I'll be the bad guy here. He didn't have a good day.
Yeah.
Like at all. He really didn't have a good day. And I mean, the game was. I think it was what? It was a tie game at that point.
Yeah,
He said something.
Yeah.
He thought so, and like Taylor, you know, kind of hacked him a little bit, whatever. Like it's basketball, and it just kind of they started going back and forth. I mean, we were announcing that game.
yeah, that was a fun
And
game to announce.
we had a lot of fun during that time. I mean, we honestly just kind of shut up for that little bit and just.
I was on the edge of my seat. I was
honestly, I mean, I was ready to go Joe Rogan and like pick out a winner at the end of the fight.
But I mean, matchups like that is what we're looking for. I mean, if we can get a lot of one-on-one matchups like that in games, that's really going to be fun to watch. And shout out to both of those guys for doing stuff like that and for really being aggressive in the game. And
then we moved to the final game of the day. It was the Cream Team, our team, versus Lion Express, a bunch of freshmen out of Apex. Not gonna lie, they came
they're
out.
strong freshmen.
Yeah, there's some strong freshmen. I give props to them. They came out a lot hotter than we expected. But we came out 7-point win, 50-43. Colin Meddens, our player of the week, with 36 points, and Aiden Niger with 27 points for Lion Express.
I mean, I'd also have to point out Colin. I mean, we weren't keeping stats for this, but Colin definitely had double-digit figures in both scoring and rebounds, and
I mean,
honestly, I'm pretty sure he had a couple blocks as well.
Yeah.
In there. So
he had a really good game. Really good game.
really good game. Go ahead. No, you keep going. I think you're going to say what I was going to say.
I just wanted to point out, Colin during the game, it was in the beginning of the game, but Colin goes, "What grade is this kid about?" Sam Martin from Lion Express. And we said he was a freshman, and Colin's like, "This kid's a freshman?" Because Sam Martin is what, 6'7", 6'8"?
He's probably
Yeah,
6'7". 6'7".
Yeah, I mean, he's a tall dude, and
he's not like tall and like super skinny.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
got a
he's
little bit
filled
of-
out.
He's-
Yeah.
and he has ball
I mean,
skills
and
as well.
yeah,
so.
exactly. He has really good ball skills. I mean, I think a lot of people. I mean, I will even say myself. I took Lion Express a little easy, and they're going to be a good team.
Yeah, no, I think especially for that Apex program, I think if he stays there, he's going to help turn that program around.
Oh yeah.
The program's been struggling the past few years, but no, it was good competition. They'll give it to any team that they play.
Oh yeah. Did you have anything else in that, or?
I mean, I just was going to point out the fact that, I mean, that game really showed where not having your full numbers kind of came in because, and then also kind of, I think we were the more, obviously I didn't play, but I think we were the more well-conditioned team in that game. And I mean, we were losing for almost the entire game.
Yeah, until the very end.
Because, I mean, we were getting a lot of twos, but they were getting a lot of threes.
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the game, they kind of started to lose their legs and missed, and we were still able to feed Colin inside. Cole really was able to step it up in the second half.
Yeah, I played
And
like do in the first.
Kind of like in the first half, I think you're pressing a little bit too much, and you're trying to score too much, and you're worried about scoring. And then, which at the same time, I think you both said took the team a little light. But then you started kind of backing off. I think everybody on the team kind of realized just feed Colin and he's going to be able to do what he does.
Yeah.
And then when we had
Things
So-
open up.
And then occasionally going to step up because they'd be double teaming him or whatever. And
so
so
then you guys would get a lot of open looks, so
Yeah.
we were able to knock those down at the end. And so I think that's where, and obviously our team, we were ranked like 5th best in the league.
Yeah.
I
Which
think
obviously I think we're a little high.
a little high,
Yeah.
but I mean we weren't at full numbers. We had been out there all day because I mean let's be honest,
So-
our team pretty much runs this entire league.
Yeah.
It makes it run, and I don't mean that in like a bad way,
Yeah.
but I mean we had to be there to start the broadcast. You had to be there to let everybody know what was going on. We were there. I could barely walk. I was on like 15 ibuprofen and like, but I
we
mean,
got 3 players that game. Yeah, it was-
we were playing with a dude who really looked like basketball looked like he had never picked up a basketball in his life, but.
Yeah, we had to make a last minute swap, which I think something we should talk about. If you do have a player that gets injured, you are allowed to swap them out if you need to for the game. Because obviously injuries aren't something that are meant to happen. So
Because I got there and I was planning on Dylan playing, and
I
Pastor
sprained my
was
ankle an hour before the game.
Yeah,
basically.
Pascal was planning on coming to just help out with broadcasting and stuff, and then he got there and we were like, "Yeah, we need you to play."
So we had to do a last minute swap, and so we were down 3 players that game, and it obviously showed for part of it. But
And one last thing before we move on, I just want to point out, because I think a lot of people were kind of scared about how this age difference might impact the league and how it's going to be unfair. I understand, like, but this team was all freshmen, and we are all freshmen in college. So, I mean, like, and it was a 7-point game, and they were, like Dylan said, they were in the lead the whole game. So, I mean, if you're a good basketball player and you're just trying to play basketball over the summer, I mean, this league is perfect, and I think it's not, like, it might be scary, but, I mean, it's really, I think it's pretty even. I mean, now we have a few teams that are pretty strong, but I mean, I think it's going to be a pretty good league overall, and anybody can win.
Well, just because I remember when you came on my podcast, the All-American Walk-On podcast, you know, I brought up the question of how is this age difference going to work, and you were like, you said, you know, I mean, I asked if you were going to kind of break it up like that because I was thinking the same thing. And you said at first you were thinking about, you know, changing it up based on age. But I think after what we saw from the day, I don't think age is really that big of a deal. I think it's more from a talent standpoint. And then obviously there's some teams that, you know, are much stronger than others, but that's just the way life is.
Yeah.
And so I think we have a really well-balanced league, definitely much more balanced than last year. And I think the competitive factor is there. You know, people are into it. And I think, honestly, I think this whole Corona thing, please continue to be safe for everybody. But at the same time, I think it's kind of feeding in the fact that people just want to get outside and like play basketball and do things. And there's a little bit of that competitive fire there. So
yeah,
I think that really helped out a lot.
No, I think we've gotten to the point where we need to start being people again, being humane and interacting with people, because now healthcare, I think, can handle everything, and so I think we try to go about our normal lives, and I think more people have gotten it than we realize, and so I think that it's not going to be as big of an issue.
And I mean, we were doing our best. Now, I mean, I remember you yelling at me about being 6 feet away on interviews, but I mean, these dudes were balling out. I had to get up there and get a good interview. I had to get the mic up in their face, you know, the iPhone mic. But, I mean, definitely, we were doing our best job.
We had hand sanitizer out on the table.
Yeah, to stay safe, but at the same time, I think we're obviously where we live and where we're playing in Apex, North Carolina. We're following the rules. Phase 2 starts again on Friday. And then phase 3, I think, opens up at the end of the month, right?
I think so.
So we're definitely moving towards that, and we're trying to do our best. But at the same time, I think that, you know, getting out, being active, you know, seeing each other again, and being able to just play sports.
And that's one reason
is awesome.
We pushed it back until June, and we're going to start the first week of June. If you haven't checked out the schedule, we push it back till June because we want the parents to be comfortable too. We know that we have some young kids in the league. And I mean, even my mom was a little cautious of me going, but I mean, I got out there and like we said, I mean, we did the best we could. We had, for the people who weren't playing, we had people standing apart. We had, like I said, the hand sanitizer out there for interviews. We tried to stay apart. I mean, we just did our best to kind of take precautions as much as possible. So I mean, we hope that everybody can be out there on the first weekend of June, and go ahead and check out the schedule. That's one thing I want to pull up before we move on. The first week schedule, we kind of, like Dylan was saying earlier, it's kind of balanced, and I scheduled the games where you kind of are playing a team that's almost as even as you, to kind of see how well you're going to play and to help us make the rankings later on. So every game is pretty even, I would say. So we have some pretty interesting matchups for that first week, so that's going to be fun to see.
Yeah, and I think there needs to be a week where teams get to vote on who they want to play. I think we do like so if there's any team you want to call out, I think that's something we should look into. But and
we're going to have, I said this before at the very beginning when this league first started, but if you weren't here or you weren't a member of the league yet, but we are having an all-star weekend in the middle of the league, or middle of the few weeks that we're playing. So, I mean, if you're a player and you want to make the all-star team, all-star teams, and make some of the events like dunk contests, three-point contests, skills contests, stuff like that, go ahead and make sure that you're working hard in the league, stuff like that. And we're going to start keeping all stats the best we can. Right? We only did points for preseason, but we're going to try and do all to kind of see whoever has the best overall.
And to really kind of help us out, if you guys could have somebody, I mean, I know we have teams that only have 4 players. That's hard. But if you have, you know, multiple players on your team, or if you can, at least try to kind of, you know, have an idea of what the stats are for your team, just that way if we get, I mean, they're not all going to be perfect. It's going to be kind of a rough estimate. I mean, you're not, you know, this isn't the NBA, so if we have your stats wrong, like, don't freak out on it. But we're going to do the best we can to try to have those things because we're definitely going to have one for our awards. Can we go over awards?
Yeah, we don't have that on here, so yeah, we can go over that. So we're gonna have most valuable player. We're gonna have defensive player of the year, fifth man of the year. What am I leaving out?
Scoring title.
Scoring title.
Yeah.
And
I think we did something.
There was one other thing we had. GM of the year. So basically, whatever team captain kind of keeps their team in best check and does the best like trading moves, whoever did the best free agency, stuff like that. And as we go, there might be some other awards that kind of pop up and we're like, oh yeah, we should do that, and we can vote for those at the end of the year. But that's the other thing, we're gonna have all of that as a player vote, so that'll be fun to see. But that's pretty much it for that.
I think before we move on, let's move to a commercial break. And we're back. Talking about sponsors, actually, if you guys want to sponsor, if you have a business you want to sponsor, or you just want to put a 5-second clip saying "Hi Mom" or anything like that, contact us. We'll let you know about pricing. It's
not
pretty
gonna,
cheap.
it's not going to be expensive. I mean, we know,
yeah, it's super cheap.
especially because I think we had 300 viewers or something like that.
Yeah, we had like 323 viewers.
And I mean, and that was just on the live stream. So since we're moving over to YouTube, we'll have more of a foundation. And then, if you're a parent or you're just somebody watching this, or if you're a kid watching this and your parent has a business or somebody that would like to put out a $3 or $5 ad.
Yeah.
To kind of help, one, like you're going to be promoting your business, and then two, you're going to be helping us.
Because we have stuff we need to
kind of with everything that we have to put through, like all the, just kind of building this league to what we want it to be. And we don't want this just to be a one summer thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that we want to kind of continue through college. Everybody comes home, and honestly, after, I think this would be something I see pretty cool. I mean, I know we're just starting, but after we're kind of out of college and older, we could pass it off, and Brenner could take over or something like that.
Yeah.
This is something we definitely want to build for the area around here. Just because of the the basketball culture that we have in this area. Mm-hmm. Even though I've never played super competitive basketball for my life, but it's still that big basketball culture, and honestly it just gets people out and it's fun and it's really competitive. So again, if you'd like to help us out, obviously we're going to have some ad spots there, like Luke said, and you'll be helping yourself out as well. And also speaking about all the legwork, if you are interested in helping us out, if you have any skills you think you can bring to the table, just contact us and let us know.
Yeah.
Because we're all on the same team.
Yeah.
So, and I don't really plan on being injured every single game this season. So, if you think you could be good at broadcasting or
video, because we have
someone on the camera, record the camera. Or, if you have the basketball reffing or just anything that you can do to help us out, it would be greatly appreciated because, we're just getting this league off of its feet. And I think that's the main thing that was kind of missing from last year is we just, didn't have as much help all around from the league. So if you guys have anything that you feel like you could bring to the table, build your skills. Honestly, you could probably put it on a resume. At the same time, for you guys that are looking to apply to college, whether it's any kind of business school, marketing, broadcasting, sports management, anything like that, you could definitely put something like this on your resume. So let us know what you guys think, and let's move on to the next topic.
So next, we're talking a little bit about free agency. So one big free agent I know is Caleb Jones. He's kind of a combo guard, and he's really someone that any team could use. He's very athletic, and he brings a lot to the table. And I know that we're a man or two down now, so that we are going to try and pick somebody up. If you are a free agent or if you're someone out there, and I know there's a few other people, we're going to put that list on the website. I keep forgetting to do that, but I need to do that. And I think there's 6 or 7 right now that are free agents. So we're going to go ahead and put that on the website as soon as possible. But anyways.
And also if you're interested in picking up one of those free agents, just contact the league office, aka us.
AKA him.
The Instagram.
I don't want to deal with that. Talk to him. Okay.
He enjoys it. So just let him know, and then you guys can reach out and shake hands.
I'm just going off that. If you are someone out there who's not a member of the league right now and wants to be, go ahead and throw your name to the Instagram like I said. You can find the Instagram. It's just called the Hoop State League. No spaces, no caps. It's on Instagram. And you can just hit me up, let me know you want to be in the league, and we can get you on that list, and hopefully someone will pick you up. Now, if we get enough free agents, we might be able to throw another team in there as it goes on, but we're going to have to do that soon. So if we get 3 or 4 or 5 guys and they're like, yeah, sure, I'll be on a team with free agents, we can throw you all in there. That does not bother me. I can fix up the schedule and find y'all some games.
Just remember, though, sorry to cut you off, but remember, you have to have a minimum of 4 and a maximum of 6.
Yeah.
So if you can pick up these free agents, and as soon, that when that season starts or before, like you have to have less than 7 people before your game. If you have more than that, you're gonna be disqualified, and it's gonna be counted as lost.
Yeah.
So make sure you're cutting those rosters down. And I mean, I know some of you guys that are like, hey, I want to pick up my friend, or you want to improve your team, but you're just gonna have to make some decisions, whether it's let people go, trade them.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Don't forget that you can trade, because that's kind of something that I don't think a lot of people know. You can trade. It's just like the NBA, and there's a trade deadline that's going to be later, but it's going to be in like July. So you have a lot of time to make some trades.
It'll probably be sometime around the All-Star break.
Yeah. So you have a lot of time to make trades and kind of get your team where you want it. And I know you got buddies on a lot of teams, and that's how a lot of teams are made. But I want people to understand too, like, I mean, a lot of us are taking this league really serious. So, I mean, at some point, just like Kyrie, he was out of there, and him and LeBron were buddies. I mean, at some point, you got to do what's best for your team. And if you want to stay with your friends, that's fine. But at the same time,
just remember, you gotta get down to that number.
Yeah.
Because I know there's teams that have 7, 8 people right now that they're trying to get, and you've got to get down.
Yeah,
to that 6 man.
We wanted to be fair to everybody, and by having 6, 2 subs. And there's no exceptions. If you have somebody that can't come to the game and it's during the season, you can't have somebody else show up for them. That's just how it's going to be. That's how we want the league to be run. We don't want you to go and get some 5-star recruit in the middle of the season that we don't know about, and you go and get him, and then he's playing all of a sudden for you guys. It's just unfair to the other team. So you need to have that.
Granted, now I'd say if someone has a season-ending injury,
that's different.
Yeah, we can work something out.
Like you said earlier, like injuries. But yeah, definitely, guys, try to get more than 4 people. But
it helps.
Yeah, have 5 or 6 for sure.
From what we saw in the preseason game, the best game was the second game of the day, and both teams had subs.
Yeah.
It definitely showed.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to schedule analysis. We're gonna talk about the first week's schedule.
So, I think the game we're obviously looking forward to is our game, simply because Ian Michael Much is on the other team. I think in every pickup game I've ever played at Apex Nature Park, Rec Center, anywhere where Ian Much is present, I take it upon myself to guard him and make him hate his life completely. Now, Ian's my buddy, but at the same time, you're the most annoying person to play against, and I make it my duty to be more annoying than you. So that's definitely a game that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, I don't know who's on Underdogs, but Retro 5 is playing them.
Yeah.
So that's probably, from what we saw from Retro 5, I'm excited about that game.
Underdogs, I think I put them up against Retro 5 because a lot of people don't know about them. I know a little bit. I played with one of the guys on that team when I played in Gardner Road, the rec league. I think they're going to be strong. I don't think a lot of people understand. I'm pretty sure all of them for Panther Creek. Panther Creek puts out ballers, man. I think they're going to be a pretty good team and a team to watch out for, and I definitely think that matchup's going to be a good game. Kind of going down here. You know what? We can plug this in.
Yeah, and then 5 stars against. I have to have it down. Yeah, here. So, whoopsies.
Another good game, I think, will be Team Beetlejuice or Starman's Army. Two young bloods in there.
Shout out Mike Jarman.
Yeah, you'll see.
Roll Tide, by the way. Beautiful.
But like I said, you'll see in Team Beetlejuice, you'll see Brenner Boquin, Cole's brother. For Starman's Army, who's been talking a lot of smack on Instagram. They've made their presence known, so
I think back it up.
Yeah.
Kind of going down and starting from the top. That first game we have
is going to be 5 stars is a really good team.
And Strictly Buckets has 2 ACC players in Justin McCoy and Nick Farrar, and the rest of their team is built really
Jeremiah
tough.
Baker,
Yeah.
tough point guard.
I mean, that game is going to be really good because the other team's got Jalen McDonald, Zane Cogdell. I mean, that's going to be a really good game.
Why did we make that the first game of the day?
Because we had 3 games that day, and
we all have jobs. Have to work during the day.
And I know that I'm trying to get games for like Nick and Justin in as quickly as possible because I don't know when they're gonna have to go away. But we scheduled those games for Saturday night or Saturday evening. We have 3 big games. That's gonna be our kind of league tip-off. And then the next day on Sunday we have games at Apex Friendship High, and we're gonna have those side by side, 2 games running at a time. Basically, let's see what games we got.
I think the first day, those Saturday and May 30th games, I think those games are going to be really good competition.
Oh
Just
yeah.
because, I mean, you look at obviously the 4:30 game, you know, our boy Miles, if you want to pull through, promo going in there, you're more than, I mean, from my standpoint, I feel like we'd be more than happy to have you there.
Yeah.
And then also, I mean, the Big 5
I
shots
think-
away. I think just from the fact that way you made the schedule, it's just,
Big 5 has Jalen Gibson, 3-star who just committed to state.
Newly minted NC State commit,
Yeah.
replacing Josh Hall.
And then Shotsway, I think,
They got good chemistry.
oh yeah, they've all played high school together for the past 3-4 years. I think they're going to be really good. And I think that's going to be a really good game. Also, a little Apex versus Apex Friendship rivalry right there.
I think too, we talked about chemistry, kind of from what we saw from the preseason, the teams that had good chemistry, kind of that mattered more. Obviously they had skill, but I think like we saw that in our game with Lions Express, they had more chemistry than we did. They played better.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll be honest, I think if we get out there, a game, I'm pretty sure we're taking those kids one-on-one. But from the chemistry standpoint, the teams that have good chemistry and know how to play together, it really showed more than the teams that are just out there kind of like, hey, let's get 5 people and shot. So I think that Shots Away is another team that could definitely make something happen.
Splashing Diamonds and Team CBG's. Team CBG, that, I mean, they're a rising high school team. So they're all basically coming right out of middle school. So they're a very young team, but I think they're pretty good. I've seen a few tapes of a few of the players on that team, and they could ball out in middle school, man. So they're going to be something to look forward to, just to see how well they develop over the course of the season. Let's see, Ball Stars and Team TTP, both pretty strong teams. Shout out my boy Jarek Yon, he's on the Ball Stars, I know that. And then Team TTP we saw in the preseason, and they're both out of Fuquay, so that's a little rivalry also. If you don't have anything to add.
I mean, really, I'm excited. I mean, I know I keep bringing them up just because, and I mean, for me, it's hard because I never played high school basketball or AU, so I don't really know a lot of these guys. But just from what I saw from week 1, or preseason, Line Express, Smack Shooters, I think I know a couple people on that team.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be a good game. And then the Skeeters, I'm pretty sure, is that Lursh's team?
No, Lursh's team is Smack Shooters.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so yeah,
like
that's
Ryan
them.
Smith and
So that'll be the game goes on the Jump Squad, and Michael's the next supposed to be, I think.
yeah, Jump Squad's got Kenny Nolan. He's talking to some D1 teams. They have Shy. He's on Apex Friendship also. He's really tough. Jump Squad's got some really, really underrated players that not many people know about that are really tough. And I think,
I mean, Will Askin, his height is definitely going to be a little
he's
bit of a problem.
6'9", 6'10".
Lil Gilly's a really good role player for that team. So
I think that team's going to surprise a lot of people. I think they're going to be really tough. And I think, like Luke said, that's going to be a really, really good game. And then basically the last 2 games of the day, well, one of them's like what Luke just said, and then Skeeters versus Team Founders Hall. That's a little friendly matchup. Noah Ross, he just got a few, I think he has one right now, but he's talking to a few others. He's going to get some D1 offers out of Trinity Academy. He's tough too.
definitely going to have to carry that team, which is being captained by Lance Weller. God bless their soul. Patrick, I don't know why you would ever want to play with your brother, but I mean, that's a team. Again, they have 4 players, so we'll see.
That's another thing. They wanted me to let everybody know they're looking for free agents too. So if you're interested, contact me, contact Lance. They'll be happy to talk to you about that. That's basically it for the first week schedule analysis. The second week schedule will come out probably this weekend or early next week, and you can look at those games too. And hopefully we'll be back next week or weekend whenever we come back, and we'll be able to talk about that schedule also kind of right before the league starts, and we can get a little more info out there. But that's pretty much it for that. Next, we're going to go to the last topic of the day. And we're going to talk a little bit about some upcoming merch. I know that my little brother has a part in this. We're trying to come out. The only reason we haven't really come out with the merch yet is because we're still trying to figure out that perfect logo. We have some options, but we just still haven't decided exactly. I know Luke has a few ideas for that.
If you guys have any ideas too that you want to submit, if you have any graphic designers out there.
Because we'll definitely be doing giveaways.
Yeah, that was the plan. I had that one thing. If you tuned into the live stream for the first week, then we're gonna choose a random winner. If you send me a video, and I got a few people to actually do that, so you're gonna get a free T-shirt once we finally get those done. So basically, yeah, we're gonna have shirts, hoodies, long sleeve athletic shirts like this. Basically, really whatever y'all want. Just let us know. We can come out with it. I know Jarman's Army wants headbands, so we'll probably come out with that.
Can you kind of go over like the pricing? Just
Yeah.
Because again, you guys are going to be helping the league grow and kind of stay.
Well, that's the thing. That's one reason we really want to do this is because we want to get this stuff so that we can get stuff for maybe the end of this year, and also next year when we do this, we want scoreboards, stuff to help us broadcasting, like maybe a camera so we're not using our phones, stuff like that. But so basically, T-shirts are going to be, depending on if you want like athletic wear or just like a cotton shirt, they can be anywhere $15 to $25, depending also on what the design you want, because we can have some where we put your last name on it. Whatever you want, we can get them custom. Hoodies, those are probably going to be $40 to $50, like I said, depending on what exactly you want. Keep going on. Socks, I know some people mentioned socks when I asked about what people wanted. Socks will be, custom socks are probably going to be like $15, my guess. I don't really know much about socks, I didn't really look at those, but that's probably what it's going to be. Headbands, they'll be cheap, probably $8 or so.
Also, Nike, Adidas, Jordan.
Yeah.
Any of you listening out there, sponsor us.
But yeah, we're mainly gonna try and go with Nike as most of the gear, maybe some Adidas, but and then also, like I said, we'll have just normal cotton and athletic little shorts and stuff like that will be cheaper. I know that's probably what I'll be buying as a college student. I don't really have the money to afford a bunch of Nike gear, but just our cotton T-shirts, once we get that logo, we're gonna make sure they're dope, and we're gonna have hopefully a little patch here on the upper part of the shirt, and then on the back of the logo, stuff like that. Just that's how the designs will look, and hopefully it's going to be really, really cool stuff that you guys will enjoy and like. But that's pretty much it for merch.
We're not going to be just putting out crap.
Oh yeah,
we're not just putting out stuff just to put stuff out. We want it to be something that you guys are going to enjoy, that you're actually going to be able to wear. And at the same time, like that we're gonna wear.
Yeah.
We're not gonna put something out there unless we would wear it ourselves. We feel like you guys would wear it as well.
Yeah.
So
that's the other thing I said. It kind of is a joke, but after thinking about it, I kind of took it a little serious when I was talking to Luke last week about it. I might get like a polo or something that I wear when we're broadcasting and stuff that has the logo on the corner. We're trying to look nice with our stuff because, like Dylan said earlier, we want this thing to blow up. Like we want to be something that people from other states are like, yo, did you tune into the Hoop State League? Like something that people are like, yeah, that's kind of dope. So we would need your help to blow it up. I know that a lot of people didn't want to spend a lot of money, so that's why we're going to try and keep it on the cheap side as much as possible. But like Dylan said, it's not going to be crap. It's going to be nice stuff. So, please just help us out as much as possible. And
again, there's no league fees. Like you're not paying a fee to get into this. I know for you guys that like me that play college sport, like trust me, it's all. There's nothing wrong here, no NCAA violations or anything like that, unless they decide to change the rules again. But I mean, there's no league fees, so I mean, this is how we're going to be able to grow this thing and to, keep this thing going. So that way, guys that either, are playing competitive basketball or are like me or like us who always played sports, who are just enjoying, who like the idea of competition, that, we get to keep doing that. So year round.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Make sure you guys, we're going to be doing this every week.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys tune in next week. And also, those of you that will be driving to the games, drive safe. Don't get pulled over because then you'll push your game an hour back.
Yeah. So and that's going to be a little different for the regular season. If you are 15 minutes or later to your game, you're going to be disqualified. It's going to be that simple. There's not going to be pushing your game back. We did that because it was preseason. We wanted you guys to play. But we're going to start taking a
To be fair, getting pulled over is something you can control, but at the same time, I don't know, you can't really help it. Yeah. So there's room, there's a little wiggle room, but also tune in next week as we'll have a special guest. You'll find out later. But I think that's all.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for promos, contact me and Luke. If you're looking to get into the league, contact Cole, or maybe just don't contact me. Contact him.
Just
Contact
go to
us
Instagram
for the promo money side.
Yeah.
Talk to him for the joining the league side.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I know they do as well. Make sure you keep tuning in, and we will see you guys in a few weeks. Peace out.
Yeah.